What's up, everyone? Joe here. Glad you finally made it. I cried my makeup off 3 times waiting for everyone to get here. That's a movie reference. So anyway, what we have today is while we were at NAMM, we came across a couple new tools that have been out. One of them is very new, and one of them has been out for a few months. Vocal processing, and it's kind of a new way of doing things. Most of us legacy engineers, if that's what you want to call it, are used to doing things a certain way, where we, at least inside of Pro Tools, because we're missing saturation, we use sometimes, a saturation somewhere in the form of a plugin like tape machine, harmonic generator, whatever the case may be. We use one compressor, if not two compressors. We use one EQ, if not two EQs. We use a de-esser, sometimes a multi-band compressor. In other words, our vocal channels a lot of times tend to end up having 3, 4, 5, 6, who knows, maybe all 10 slots inside of Pro Tools are full of processors to get the modern sound that we're looking for. And there's this trend among multiple manufacturers to try to do a tool where everything is in one kind of new way of thinking screen, GUI. It's kind of interesting. What if that's a better way for some of us to work? I'm sure it probably is for some of us. There's a lot of us that will watch this video and think that's cool, but I still need to do it the legacy way. And there's nothing wrong with that. But nonetheless, we thought we'd take a look at a couple tools that have came out recently. One of those we saw at NAMM was from Sonnox, and it was the Voca. And it's kind of just an all-in-one vocal tool. And the other one is from our friends Waves at Waves. It's called Silk Vocal. And there's probably a few more out there, but just for the sake of time, we just thought we'd pick two of them that were very intriguing to us. So I have this song here that I think we've used this in a demo before. I love it. It's one of my favorite artists, Mackenzie Johnson. Always a pleasure to work for. Her voice is butter.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good, no good. Ooh, he would be the first to call. Wouldn't have to risk it all because he would. Ooh, if he wanted to, he'd.
All right, so I love her voice, right? Okay, so like I said, I was using saturation, although you're not hearing it here because that's a tool that's not available to me anymore. Multiband processing, which I use to kind of knock down some brightness in spots and some tubbiness in other spots. And you can see here I was using a little EQ, ducking out quite a bit of low mids, a little narrow notch, just a little bit of air on the top. All really expected traditional stuff. RVox, which is real common for me to use on, aggressive music. And that was followed by, it looks like I chose not to use 1176, but instead went with a distressor style. So two compressors into a solid state Logic de-esser. And that was the channel strip aside from effects. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plugins. Oh, and there was also parallel compression. I should point that out right here. This was routed to a parallel track for extra control, RMS, value. So anyway, that said, let's check out the raw vocal without any treatment.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good, no good. Ooh.
Okay, it's great, right? But it's kind of S-y, whereas in the other, the finished mix, the S's were nice and present in the current poppy way, but they were controlled and not biting us in the face. So we're going to need to deal with that. But also, it's mostly dynamic. Her vocal is just all over the place. There's words that we can't hardly hear, and other words that jump out, and it's like, hey, I'm here, I'm at the party. So let's see what Voca will do. Okay, there are going to be other videos that dive into these two products as far as how they work and what they do. This isn't going to be a deep dive into the technical part of it. We'll gloss over that just real quickly, okay? All right, so let's bring up product number 1, Voca from Sonnox. I'm not going to do a deep dive into how these work. I don't want to make this video an hour for the sake of making it an hour. If you're really interested in one of these products after this, maybe go watch some other deep dive videos from Waves or Sonnox and see what every button does in detail. But I'm just going to gloss over it kind of quickly for the point of what we're trying to do. We have an input here, and I was shown this optimize button. Basically what it does is it kind of levels things out prior to processing, which a lot of us do in the form of clip gain. So this is kind of doing that. It's say, hey, this is loud. We're going to duck this volume a little bit. This is is really soft. We're going to pull it up. So it kind of does a round of clip gain for us ahead of our dynamics, which I think is exceptionally cool. I really like that idea. So I'm going to have that on. Output is self-explanatory. Now the compression, which we can turn off and on, we can move it up and we get more compression, right? This is how we control our squish factor or our amount of compression. But what we can do, you see how we can go anywhere in here? Okay, so at any rate, any amount of compression, we can decide if we want to go fast, punchy, think 1176 style, or to the right here, we can go slow, creamy, thick. Let's think LA2A, optical style. Let's just, that. I'm not saying that's what they modeled, but that's kind of my thinking on how this works. Okay, saturation, same thing. We can get more saturation as we go up. And then as we go to the left or the right, we're getting more high frequency detail, more high, brighter tones. And down here, we're getting warmer tones. And the way that the terminology was when I read up on this a little bit was that it makes it sound further away from the listener. So close to the listener, further away from the listener, heavily saturated, clean. Got it? All right. And you can see, we have a little readout here: focus, stabilize, saturate, and soften is kind of a de-esser, de-harsher, de-harshness kind of thing. And so anyway, that's Voca in a quick nutshell summary. So let's listen to it in action again. Let's go to factory default here because I've moved everything around. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's go to optimize and let's hear this thing.
If he wanted to, he would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good. Ooh.
Okay, so right here, it's kind of dark, but if you focus on the screen right here, you can see it automatically turning some things up and down a couple dB here and there. So I really like that idea. Okay, so let's have that selected. And I guess once you choose that, I don't see it staying lit up, but apparently that process is on. Let's start checking out the compression.
If he wanted to, he would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good. Ooh.
Sounds great. Now that's going to be 50% of the two different so it's like using two different compressors staying in the middle. Let's go full 1176, okay?
If he wanted to, he would. Ooh, chase him down when...
Now what I'm going to do, in real time, I'm going to drag it to the other side and we're going to hear a slower, more optical, warmer, creamy tone, okay?
If he wanted to, he would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good. Ooh.
Okay, I really hear that working. So I hear a thickness in tone too. So over here, again, I'm not saying this is an 1176, but when we think of an 1176 circuit, they are, it's not really a warm sounding piece. It has some presence and brightness to it. It doesn't thicken the bottom end like, let's say, a Tube Tech can or an LA2A can. So that's pretty cool. But let's just settle on something.
If he wanted to, he would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good.
I think that sounds really good right there. So now let's start working with the saturation. Hear that in action.
If he wanted to, he would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good. Ooh.
Okay, that's cool. It's a nice sounding saturation circuit. I don't know if way up here it may be a little too much for this song, but let's put it about in the halfway point. Now let's start working on the tone.
If he wanted to, he would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good.
Okay, that's obviously bright, so we'd have to follow that with this soften button and get rid of some of the harshness and S-ing. Let's hear the warmer tones again in their terminology, making it sound further away from us.
If he wanted to, he would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good.
it's cool, but it's not right for this song, of course. So let's find the right spot to where the S-ing and the harshness is not out of control, but at the same time it's brighter and fitting this track.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good, no good. Ooh.
Okay, I like that. Now let's check out the soften circuit and just kind of get to know it a little bit, see how effective it is.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good, no good. Ooh, he would be.
When I'm pushing it that much, to me, I'm losing some of the presence of the vocal as far as the bite of it. There's still plenty of sibilance, but I think the harshness part of it is doing too much, and it's removing some of the character.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good, no good. Ooh.
Okay, so what I would do if I had chosen this tool, and I really like it, so this is something that I can see me keeping and using. On the original vocal, my de-esser, let's just drag the settings over that I used and see how that sounds for de-essing.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good, no good. Ooh, he would be the first to call. Wouldn't have to risk it all because he would.
Okay, so what I would probably do to keep, since the harshness and the de-essing are in one knob, I would likely, maybe if I play with it, I find a sweet spot. But at least on a very sibilant vocal like this one, where they were using a bright mic and she's got very articulate pronunciation, I'd probably just follow this plugin with something like this, which is a great tool. So what I want to do is let's put the effects that I had on, and I'm not sure which one of these were on, so I'm just going to turn. I surely wouldn't have used that one, but who knows? But anyway, let's just turn them on so it's kind of reminiscent of what the record was, because what I want to do, I want to get this setting in the track where it feels good, then listen to my original mix, minus the saturation, of course, and see how close we got it with one plug-in, okay? This should be fun. This is worth, this is the price of admission right here.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good, no good. Ooh.
All right, it sounds really good. Let's check it out. This is the original mix, minus saturation, of course, because that plugin isn't working on an M1.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good, no good. Ooh.
One more time, back to back. You'll see right here as I mute and unmute. The one on the left is the original, and this is the new one. So you'll kind of know without me talking which one is going on, so you can kind of really focus in on it without hearing me interrupt. Here we go. I'm starting with Voca.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good, no good. Ooh, he would be the first to call. Wouldn't have to risk it all because he would. He would. Ooh, if he wanted to, he'd.
Honestly, the original had a little more air, but that would be, of course, just that way, just a little bit. And I feel like I am missing a little of the coolness factor that parallel compression is adding. So I could always turn that back on, and let's check that out.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good, no good. Ooh, he would be the first to call. Wouldn't have to risk it all because he would. He would.
That's pretty cool, gang. I like that. I feel like congratulations, Sonnox. That's an effective, just a couple buttons, and I can get a modern pop vocal. Which, if we look at the waveform, it needed quite a lot of compression. I mean, look at the dynamic range here. The optimized input combined with the compression is really doing a great job. So that even though it's we can't say exactly what circuit type either one of them are. The combination between the slower, warmer optical and something more aggressive like an 1176 is a real common tool that engineers use today, as far back as the 70s. I mean, that's been going for a long time. That's not a secret. So I think that's well thought out. So very, very well done. I actually really, really like that. Now let's take a look at our Waves plugin, and let's get rid of the effects here. Again, we just chose two that sparked our interest at NAMM. This is by no means the only two tools of this nature out there. Oh, you know what? We're gonna have to get rid of the de-esser too, and that should be everything. So now we're back to the original raw vocal as recorded, and let's remind ourselves of how dynamic it was, what the sibilance was like, that kind of a thing.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good, no good. Ooh, ooh.
Okay, let's dive in. So let's go to female vocal. I'm not sure what that changes, to be real honest. We have basically a 3-band, kind of like a dynamic EQ, compression, resonance control kind of thing. So in the low frequencies here, from 20 cycles to 300 cycles, we have this button that controls it. On the top end, where a lot of our sibilance and harshness is going to be, is from 4K to 12K. Then we have this mid band that we can control. What's cool about the mid band on this one is it's not just 300 to 4K. You're not just stuck with that because, hey, we're divided into 3 bands and that's what you have. We can dial this in so anywhere in between there, and we can kind of focus in a more narrow range if this just seems not right, okay? Then we have our compressor section. Then we have I believe this is kind of like an auto makeup gain, I'm pretty sure, along with an output. High pass filter. The speed of the process right here, you can see it defaults to around 20, but we can change that. Precision, I understand that to be kind of like Q. So as it's making intelligent cuts or boosts, in our frequency range, that's how sharp and tight the Qs are. Makeup, that's not makeup gain. From what I understand, when you suppress and control certain frequencies to make it less harsh, it feels a little less energetic. And so this is a way of kind of putting energy back into it. Can't tell you much more than that. It's probably a trade secret, but we'll see how that works. And then a noise gate and a mix knob, which is cool. I do like the mix knob on this. I like the idea of having that feature so we can go heavy-handed with the compression and then dial it back down. That's a common trick that we all use. So let's just start dialing this in its factory default setting. Keep that window open. All right, here we go.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good, no good. If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good.
Okay, so it gets really aggressive which is great. If that's what we want it to do. So let's just dial it back to 0 and see how much de-essing, de-harshing on the top end we need.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good, no good. Ooh.
Okay, that feels pretty good. Let's kind of experiment with the mids.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good, no good. Ooh, ooh.
Max, the cameraman, getting it over here. It's a good song, isn't it?
It's a pretty good song,
She can sing. Okay, that said, that was really doing a great job in the low mid. So down here around 300, probably, let's just look on the meter and we can kind of get an idea. But it's ducking that at times, and it's thinning her voice out enough to where it sounds more present.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good, no good. Ooh.
Okay, cool. I think the tone is really great. So let's start dialing in some compression. I'm not sure if this compression is based on anything, anything else in the Waves lineup, or if it's its own unique tool. I heard somebody online say it was an RVox, which would be a great option for me. I love the RVox. So let's check it out.
If he wanted to, he would.
Oh, we need to do the auto makeup gain. Let's turn that on.
If he wanted to, he would. He would.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding that. So we may have to, let's see. Oh, I see. Okay. All right, gang. Here, that's why, doing this live on camera, sometimes you get that kind of a thing. Let's go back to our factory default settings on this and drag it here, kind of like they do their L1. If anybody that has the L1, if you want the output and the threshold and all that to move together, you use that middle control that looks just like that. I'm getting it, Waves. I'm getting it. Okay, here we go.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good. No good. Ooh, he would.
Okay, I'm going to back this down just a little bit. It sounded, I will say that this is a very modern sounding tool to me. It has that current pop, R&B, hip hop kind of processed metallic, not metallic, that's the wrong word, but I think you guys know what I mean. And there's a lot of us that will be looking for that kind of a sound on certain productions. So it's cool to know that this has kind of given us that, that over the top thing. That's what it's doing.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase.
Let's turn the makeup off and let's just see how different it feels as I put it in and out.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good. No good. Ooh.
That's effective. So it's more than just, it has an apparent volume to it as well, but it's because I don't feel like it's volume though. It is, to me, energy is a really, really good word. It does put the energy back in that this process is removing. I really like that. Let's play with the gate on her deep breaths. I actually like the sound of her breathing on that, so it's not really a problem, but still, let's just hear that part of the circuit.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good. No good. Ooh, he would be the first to call. Wouldn't have to risk.
Okay, so I'm going to process the mids a little less and the low a little less, put a little more body back in her vocal.
If he wanted.
Oh, you know what? We need to put that on female.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase him down when it's no good.
Okay, I feel like that's doing a really good job of controlling the S's. So let's do this. Let's put all this gunk back on. And let's do the same thing. Let's switch between Silk from Waves and the original and kind of see if it's in the ballpark, okay?
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, when it's no good. No good. Ooh, he would be the first to call. Wouldn't have.
Okay, one more time. I'm going to start with my original mix, which seems warmer. So let's do that. A little less low, sub 300 cycle control, and just see if we can match it a little bit better. I'll start with mine, and then I'll bypass the original and go to Silk. Here we go.
If he wanted to, he would. He would. Ooh, chase down when it's no good. No good. Ooh, he would be the first to call. Wouldn't have to risk it all because he would.
It sounds great. It sounds very processed, but that's a cool thing. Our toolbox should be full of tools for specific tasks. To me, there is not every song, this is what I use on that instrument. That's just not the way I work. I'm trying to accomplish different things. Most of us are, because we work, nowadays most of us have to wear a lot of hats and be a jazz guy, be a blues guy, be a rock guy, be a pop guy. So we have to have a large skill set in order to make a living in this career path. That said, we need to have a toolbox full of tools for the right task that we're working on that day. Would I use this on a jazz vocal? I wouldn't. I do some like Broadway stars, for example. Would I use this on them? No, I would not. But when I get a hip hop track, a pop track, modern R&B, and there's just this certain thing that we expect that sometimes a little hard to achieve. There's a certain brightness level and resonance in the top end that's hard to achieve and still control sibilance and energy. And this is kind of naturally doing that. So it's a cool tool to have in the toolbox. I really like both of these personally. I'll leave it up to you guys. Maybe you can jump in the comments below and let me know what you think. Would this replace your everyday chain? For me, I can already see where I would use both of these, and I will use both of them. I need to play with them more, but I kind of know where I'm going to use my traditional, hey, let's stack it up. And I kind of know where, even if it's just a first insert that's before some other things, where I would use Voca for sure. And this, where I'm looking for that over-the-top pop thing. Very cool tools. Well done, Sonnox and Waves. Thanks to both of those guys. I talked to both companies on the phone to make sure I had the most current version of these. Thanks for participating with us. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a great day and happy mixing.